But you did bring up the Zac Brown band. I know you're kidding, but they are one of the biggest bands in the world right now.
I think down the road, maybe they would be okay.
And their lead singer is mad at me.
Yeah. Why don't you tell that story very briefly? You were at the final
I went to
NASCAR
Homestead.
race
I went to the final NASCAR race at Homestead. It was a torrential downpour during the race, so I had to buy a camouflage $10 NASCAR shirt. And I've said this on the podcast. NASCAR fans will not be upset by me saying NASCAR gear.
A lot of camo.
So you can't buy something subdued.
Right. It's
So
like
I bought
UFC gear.
So we were in a golf cart at the end of the race, and this guy jumps on the golf cart in front of us, and he's sitting on the back with his 2 kids on his knee, and I'm like, turn to my buddy Dave next to me. I'm like, I think that's the lead singer of the Zac Brown band. As you pointed out, you mean Zac Brown?
Yeah, the lead singer of the Zac Brown band, everyone, is Zac Brown.
Okay, so I'm driving the golf cart, and I'm like, and I honked at his kids. I'm like, hey, you want to race? So he sees me in this camo gear, and they're like,
right.
This guy's crazy.
He thinks you're terrifying.
He thinks I'm like all running on the rubber fumes from the burnout, and he goes, this guy's gonna run us over. So I'm driving safely. It's very crowded. I'm from here to you away. He says, hey, you back up a little. I'm like, what's that? He goes, my babies, back up. I'm like, okay.
He was talking about his kids were in the car with him. Yeah. You were terrifying them.
Yeah, that's my...
Why were you trying to terrify the Zac Brown band lead singer who we've established is, in fact, Zac Brown? Why were you trying to terrify his children at a NASCAR race?
I wasn't. I was driving safely.
You were like Vin Diesel pulling up to a 4-way stop and revving the engine.